and welcome back to Black and Brown Crowns, the show where beautiful Black and Brown women speak about their career experiences. I'm Cheyenne, your host, and today we'll be speaking to Miss T about how to become a personnel security specialist. Were there anything that you were surprised about? Were there some bad aspects of the job?
But I don't think there has been anything bad that comes across my mind. Some of the things that might come across your desk will have your eyes like, you have to pay attention to detail because you could really, hurt your job, your position if you do not.
Actually, on that same topic of paying attention to detail, have you ever been in a situation where you had to find strategies to navigate through a professional environment as a woman of color?
So the good thing about the position when I started, and even now, the office looked like me. So everyone pretty much in the office, even from contracting to now working government, were people of color. So I didn't feel like, how sometimes you may feel that you have to stay on your toes because you have to worry about who's really trying to either take your place, or you're not being looked at because you might have a Caucasian woman that has the same experience. And with this position, it just felt comfortable. I felt comfortable in my skin. And not only is it that, I know what I'm doing and I'm confident in in my work, I just felt like, I was accepted. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just feel I've always felt comfortable in my position.
And that's hard whenever you're working in any job. If you don't feel comfortable and you feel as though at any point in time the job can get rid of you and you'll be replaced, then you have to look for something else. But it's really nice to know that there are positions out there, especially working where you work, where you can relax and kind of let that fear go, because we all look the same and we're all here to do one job and then we're here to go home afterwards. But to feel comfortable, that's hard to find.
Yes. And everyone is from that same culture and the background. So even in the office, the supervisor, everyone, we can laugh together. We understand each other's, the way that we may talk is not always professional, you know what I'm saying, straightforward. But we all know that we have a job to do. Our job is to get it done to the best of our ability and leave the office and do the same thing when we come back in the next day. So I enjoy it.
I like that because, again, like you said, there aren't many jobs where you can feel comfortable at, and there aren't many jobs where you look around and you see yourself. So to have a job where you have your own community, I feel as though that's even a more rewarding aspect because you're all there for that one goal. Did you have anyone to mentor you throughout, whether your career from an assistant to where you are now?
Actually did. The guy that actually gave me my first position as an assistant, he has always been in my life. Like he's like a father figure, and he wanted to see all of us win. Even when we lost the contract, he still made it to where he's still a project manager, and he just made it to where it's easy for us to find work. He pushed me to be the best me. He made me want to be more than I thought I could be, raising kids and going to school and working. Like, I have learned to conquer all of my goals with his push and motivation. And I really do appreciate, people like that. Just to see See who you are and, motivate you to want to become more.
And even challenge you in any aspect. Like you said, being a mom, also having this job, working the long hours, and going through life, whether if that is within the job or in your personal life, I think having that mentor or allyship or whatever anyone wants to call it is important. Has COVID ever affected your career in any way?
Honestly, COVID has made things easier. I can spend more time with my kids and get my work and school done without feeling overwhelmed, not having to like rush to work, or hurry up and get home and I have to do my everyday process for, like I said, my children and going to school and all of that. As far as transportation and, it's not overwhelming in the mornings. Everything is just right here. I can focus more on what I need to do in my everyday. Because we're forced to telework. I really do enjoy it. I feel like, when you go to work every day and you get home, you're really tired. You really don't want to be bothered. You just want to lay down. But I get to see my kids every day and just enjoy their laughter and really have that engaging time with them. So I've learned to appreciate the time that we've had from this situation.
That's really good because, again, you know, outside of COVID, well, pre COVID, you were, and correct me if I'm wrong, you might have been missing those family moments that you're getting now. So you're putting more and more time into, that family effort and spending more time with your family because you have the time to spend with your family. Do you feel as though with how COVID like affected your job with teleworking, do you think that it'll be like this for the next 5 to 10 years?
I'm hoping that we don't have to go back in the office, but they'll probably we are going to have to go back eventually. I'm not looking forward to it, but hey, a job needs to be done and I'm here to do it. So I'll be there.
I think that's kind of the hard part about COVID is now you're home and you just love being home, or if you don't like being home, well then I don't know. But for those who like being home, it's like I can just work from my bed sometimes. Or another positive aspect that COVID had on many jobs was having the parents be with their kids a lot more instead of the kids spending so much time at school and then coming home. You're allowed to spend more time with your kids, although they may interrupt your work or may interrupt the little meeting. You still get to spend time with them more than you would going into the office.
Yes, it's just that convenience that I know that a lot of people will miss.
For someone who is whether already starting a career and they probably have like maybe a year down and they're switching their career, how easy is it for them to come into the position that you're in today?
I honestly think that it's easy. As long as the person is willing to gain knowledge, I think that they won't have a problem like fitting into the position. Gaining knowledge is the biggest key to managing this type of career and paying attention to detail. So I'm telling you, they'll love it if they come on board.
Well, for those individuals who want to learn more about your position as being a specialist, where can they find more information?
USA Jobs. You can go to clearancejobs.com. And I think Indeed even gives you like a spill of all the things that the job requires. It's really not much, but all you need is a high school diploma to get your foot in that door. I started as an assistant, and I climbed those ladders. I was the first at one organization that I was telling you about when I first started. I was assistant, and I was the first one to become a specialist. You see how people grow in the field, and eventually I want to be a supervisor. I think growth is the most rewarding part of the job. You know, just don't give up. If you want it, go get it, and never let anyone tell you or make you feel it's impossible.
I think a lot of people need to hear that because, again, as a woman of color, you're rather hearing, oh, somebody's going to be better than you, so you need to work 10 times hard. But to know, like, it's okay to be who you are and just work at the pace you're working. So I really like that message that you just put out.
Yes. I just feel like, we are strong enough, we are
Yes.
worthy enough, and we can do all things. So just never give up on it.
And lastly, to wrap up everything in a bow, this might come as a surprise because I know I didn't put it in the email, but how would you describe your career experience in 3 words?
Exciting, rewarding, and interesting. Let's just say that.
On that note, I want to thank you, Miss T, for joining me today on this exciting, rewarding, and interesting interview about being a personnel security specialist. If you want to learn more information, again, check out USA Jobs, Indeed, Clearance Jobs, which I'll put down in the link below. And again, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel to get updated videos and follow us on social media. Thank you again for joining, and you all have a great day.